you're going to meet with the president.
I am?
So Kid Rock makes it happen. What do you think has been the response so far? What do you think it will be, and why are you doing it? Which I'm totally for, by the way, and I love it.
I get it. Well, I'm doing it because, first of all, it was presented as
a dare.
not a dare. No, just like, maybe this is a beginning to heal America. No, I don't have some sort of complex where I think I can heal America. I can't. Okay, let's get that clear. I'm not going to be healing America. But if two guys who've been at each other for so long, I mean, it's kind of a Nixon to China thing. I have the credentials. There was nobody who was harder on Trump or more prescient about the fact that he wasn't going to leave office voluntarily than I was.
Yes, he's changing his tone. If you remember, I did a video the other day where he made it clear, like, a lot of people are coming after him after his decision to have a dinner with the president. He sat down with Chris Cuomo. They talk about it. But before we even go into that video, Gavin Newsom was put on a hot seat. A question to him if he's running for president was something he never expected. His response tells you this man is running for president, though he is still twisting word like never before. We knew the aim of the podcast, why he started that before. It is clear we have seen him changing things he used to support.
Given that we are in this dire situation, I feel like we don't have time anymore for the old bullshit. You know, the old, are you running for president? Well, you know, there's an exploratory committee and I'm looking at it. I'm happy with my job as governor. I mean, your future is not in California. Your future is in Iowa. Let's dispense with the bullshit. We need someone who's going to be the champion. Are you going to do it or not? Just come on. Tell us. We don't have time for the bullshit.
No, by the way, I deeply respect that. I can't stand the bullshit as well. And I mean that. So look, but this is not my purpose or passion. It's not my meaning. It's not everything. The cynicism that's out there, that every move he's making is some move to some longer term strategy or short term strategy.
No, just that you're a guy who could do it, who could get it done, who could win.
No, I deeply respect that. I respect the question, but I don't have any grand plans as it respects to that. I'm trying to do best I can. I'm also trying to be accountable. By the way, you want things to change, you got to change. And that's what the podcast is about.
My parents, who loved your father, loved Kennedy. My father, very Irish, loved the Kennedys. I mean, been gone these 30-something years. I don't know where his politics would be. A dyed-in-the-wool Kennedy liberal Democrat, if he came back and saw some of the shit that was going on the left, and my Jewish mother, if she saw them chanting for us, I can't guarantee they wouldn't be for Trump. They're World War II people. I can't that's not who they were, but so much has changed in 30 years. I mean, so, weird.
Yes, you can see Gavin Newsom's reaction to this question. It tells you everything. This is exactly what he is doing. He believes that it is too early for him to say it. And someone said if Gavin Newsom continued to be the way he is, like changing his tone to so many things Democrats support, they will start going after him like we saw what they did to Mayor Eric Adams. They will start going after him. Things will start surfacing. Lawsuit, things like that. Because with Democrat Party, when you are supporting all their policies, they are fine with you. Immediately, you turn 360. You'll be shocked to see things surfacing.
I got a Friday night special for you. You ready for some heads to explode? I have the man who is top of class in political commentary, Bill Maher. How is the old school liberal who says the Democratic Party left him in its woke wake more relevant than ever? And is it true Is he about to meet the man he criticizes most of all? Bill Maher headed to the White House? For reals? Let's get after it.
Your process. People watch you, they see the monologue, and they can easily believe that, wow, it's amazing how he just came up with this. How much work goes into what we get to see?
A lot all week, you know. I mean, we're here at the podcast. That's my little break in the week. But other than that, you know, I'm a late riser, but I work basically all week for the one show. Real time is like football once a week. My old show, Politically Incorrect, was like baseball every night. When you do it every night, it can only be so good. When you do it once a week, you want to make it as perfect as you can. So, yeah, I mean, there's about 40% of, maybe 30% of the show is written, the monologue, the desk piece, the new rules, and the editorial. That takes, you know, many, 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 many hours, especially the editorial. And then the panel discussion, that you can't.
No.
That's, you know, the topics of the week with people, and hopefully they're great on them and you can add something. But, you know, I can't control how that panel discussion goes. I can control the written elements, so people can be guaranteed every week. I want them to feel like, oh, that's a kick-ass monologue. That was a really hysterically funny desk piece. The new rules were funny. The editorial, great, love that. And then, you know, hopefully the other part of the show was great too. But, you know, what we were saying before on the podcast, you can only control what you can, and don't mess your mind up about worrying what you can control.
How much does Friday's offering resemble where you started on Monday?
When we see people that are afraid of having conversations, I think there's like almost like a primal instinctual reaction to it.
Yeah, it's not American.
It's un-American. And I think that was, I don't want to politicize this shit, but like I think that was a little bit of the concern with Kamala on the campaign trail. You know, it looked like Trump was willing to talk to whoever.
He was.
He was. Like his camp, when we spoke to him, they didn't give us any notes.
He's going to talk to me. Okay.
Do you know, and think about all this.
Who's been meaner than me?
I mean, only J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the only one who said meaner shit about Trump than you.
Yeah. Well, lots of people have. But
course, yes.
I mean, you know. And he said, I have 5 pages of things. I asked my staff once, and I guess it's 6 now because it's been a while. Like, just write down all the things he said in tweets and at rallies. It's 5 pages long. Crazy, low energy.
Yes, when you take a look at what is going on, at a certain point, you realize this is actually a good part to start, though Bill Maher will never be a Republican in any way. He will never be MAGA. The other thing I see here and I appreciate is the fact that be able to talk to anyone. If you've been following this channel, Kinley, you realize I did a video where Laura Luma went off on Bimahan. Laura was angry because Laura is having a lawsuit against B. Laura said, oh, inviting B in the White House is a taboo to the MAGA movement. I didn't see it that way. If you have a personal problem with B, it should end up that. The White House is for everybody. It is not for a particular group of people, even people you disagree. Trump is not a president for MAGA. He's a president for the whole country. To heal the country is start like this. You are associate with people you disagree with. Have dinner with them, if possible. You are the president. We are no longer doing campaigns where you say, no, I don't want to meet I don't want to do. It is not like that. So be getting up, taking this bold step to go forward, to meet him, to me, I don't see as a big issue. People still standing up to say, oh, it's wrong, it's like this. Please, you need to reason again. The time has changed. When I look at people continuing to do this, I begin to wonder. Thank you guys for always been there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I don't want to make the video long. Reason I'm cutting it here. If you see any clip after this, That is just for the YT algorithm.
When I look at my life right now and I ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party. Locally speaking, the Democrats have complete control and they have nearly destroyed my family's livelihood. Okay, we are living in trash and squalor everywhere.
Kid Rock was here a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I want you to meet Trump. He said, I'm going to take you to the White House. So now we're going to do that.
I think that's
And
a
like,
good
there will be
conversation.
lots of people on the left who will be like, how dare you talk to this man? I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not playing this game that you mean girls play.
I'm actually going to try to unite this country, and I'm starting at the end of the month. I'm taking Bill Maher to the White House for dinner. This guy who's done nothing but talk smack about the president since day one. But he's a comedian too.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can have conversations with him, you know, if you don't get into Trump, because I'm like, I fucking love him.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't. I'm like, let's talk about other things. We can find common ground. He's actually, you know, more reasonable than a lot of people on the right would think.
I think
especially the last maybe 4 years or whatever. So I said to him, I was doing his podcast.
On the bringing people together part. I mean, you have a song called Of the Culture Wars. Oh, have we been following the Snow White?
Actually, the first time hearing of this.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you.
Well, the two stars are Gal Gadot,
Before you.
who she was in the Israeli Defense Forces. She's Israeli. And then Rachel Zegler plays Snow White. I think Gal plays the... I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut.
Or fuel on the fire that there's a potential.
The economy added 16 points.
Your show's on YouTube.
It's a different mechanism. It's the same thing, though.
Let me ask you your opinion on this. Saturday Night Live, 50th anniversary.
It's the same thing that when I see not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person who is carrying Donald Trump's water and they know that he's lying. It is the shortest line to the front. Because if you're black and you're whatever, you're just in line with a bunch of other Democrats that are doing the same thing that you're doing.
About emergency management, and they don't care about free speech, all of which are harming American people. In fact, I'm gonna skip off real quick because they have tried to come for you, Ms. Mayor, and I just want to clarify, you did not work for NPR when those statements were made, did you?
That is correct, Madam
And to be clear, free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is bullshit. We need to stop playing because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear